Hey, it's David BreezeFlippers. It's a little early for my video, but thought we'd do one early today because tomorrow's Christmas Eve and I have no idea how busy it's going to be. Our youngest daughter will be here later today, and we got some stuff we have to do tomorrow, so I thought I'd shoot today. Plus, we've had some good sales overnight. Crazy sales. Things like I say, it just kind of goes in spurts around here. So you get one day it's just odd stuff, the next day it's like the stuff that we sell all the time. So I think it's kind of fun. We'll take a look at what's sold. We'll talk a little bit about some numbers because I'm kind of looking at the numbers for the end of the year. I think we're going to finish pretty good. So I want to talk about that and maybe some future plans and things that we're going to be working on. So let's get into it.
BreezeFlippers on the scene, bright sun, smooth screen, click, flip, ship, it's clean. We ride the tide, we chase the dream. From the beach to the bin, we're digging gold.
It's early, well, early-ish. So for some people, it's late. I don't know. I've already been out, rode like 14 miles this morning, and got to do some, just kind of nice to wake up and just do stuff and relax a little bit. So being off work, if this is what it feels like to be full-time, I would love it. Definitely like it. I still haven't finished my second cup of coffee, so I'm working on that. You know, it's a great morning, so kind of enjoying it and relaxing into it. I got some things I have to do this afternoon, but once get that done, my daughter will be here later, so I'm excited to see her, and I'm excited to see our grandson, and our other daughter and son-in-law will be here the day after Christmas. So it's going to be a fun-filled week, and so I thought I'd do the video today because I had some good sales overnight. So I thought I'd show what's going on because, hey, why not? First thing we sold was a Masters 2025 hat clip and ball marker. This is from Augusta National. This is my last one. I've sold quite a few of these. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. It's kind of cool. So it says Masters on it. I don't know if this one says 2025. I don't know if it does. Nope, it doesn't. It says Augusta National Golf Club. So anyway, not dated. It's got a cool back to it as well. So I do get some of these every once in a while. I'm hoping to get to go this year again. We'll see. It's always a, it's a great opportunity. My son-in-law does work there, so I do have an in, and I do love going to see and watch the golfers and stuff. Even though I don't play golf anymore, I still enjoy it. Actually, I should take it back up again. I really should. So, but maybe one of these days. We sold some comics, but this one's crazy sale. We sold a bunch of comics to one person. So I thought this was kind of cool. Now, I've been selling a lot of these lately, which I enjoy selling these. They're brand new, so I do really well with it. This total sale, oh, I didn't tell you what the clip sold for. No, the clip sold for $28.49. It does get free shipping, so anyway. But did sell some comics. So sold the this one right here, which is Merciless Onslaught #1. It is a kind of that's a cool cover, so sold that. Let's see what else we got. This to one buyer. This is a Lady Death. Which one is this one? This one is Lady Death Cybernetic Desecration #2 Premium Foil Edition. So this is the Richard Ortiz cover. It's very cool. Definitely a cool cover. Premium foil, very nice looking. This one is the Imperial Requiem 1 of 2, and this is a premium foil edition as well. Check out the bats on that. So he does some cool covers. They do definitely do some cool covers. The old stuff was interesting because a lot of it looked more hand drawn. These look more computer drawn. I mean, they're obviously drawing them, guys. I'm not saying the computer draws them. My daughter is an artist, and I know how she draws. She draws everything out, sketches it, scans it in, and then does all the work on a laptop or an iPad or a tablet. So I do know how hard it is to draw these. This is nothing to say, but it's just a total difference. But they're beautiful, though. I mean, beautifully done. So this one's Necrotic Genesis #2 of 2. This is another premium foil edition. You can kind of see the gold in that. It's so cool. So very pretty. They do very, very good job. And then this one is the Necrotic Genesis 2 of 2. This is the Elite Edition. It's a little lesser on that, but very cool. And on top of that, I sold... Maybe I shouldn't show the butt. Here you go. This one right here, which is the Lady Death Scorched Earth Go. It's the ASS edition from Eric Basolda. Anyway, it is signed, actually, by Brian Polito. So this one is a signed one. So this is going to be a bit of a challenge, guys. I have a box that's made just for shipping those. But he also bought 5 comics. So I got to figure out how to get them in there without jeopardizing the poster, but I'll get it figured out. I may end up putting them, it's a 2-inch box, so I may end up putting the comics in Gemini mailers on the bottom and then put the comic on top. That way it can't move. So we'll kind of see, but I don't know. Anyway, it'll work out either way. But we'll get it shipped and get that out today. But that total sale was $148.44. And it's like $18 in shipping. So I don't know. I may end up giving them some shipping back. We'll see. We'll see how much of a pain it is to ship first. So, but it was a good sale. Really happy with that. Sold some anime books. Like I said, today's sales, guys, were all like, with the exception of a couple things, comics. Well, in a book, so in a magazine, but mostly interesting stuff like anime. So this one is Hitorijimi. Oh my word, I always get these and everybody always makes fun of me. Hitorijimi, My Hero Manga. So anyway, it's issues 1 through 5, 6, can't count, and ended up getting $44.99 for that. And I believe this is going out, well, it goes out media mail, so it's probably $6.99 shipping on it, which is what it looks like. So anyway, not a bad sale. It did leave me a note that said, please text me when it gets delivered and thank you. So I'll have to put in a follow-up note in there to let them know when it gets there. I guess I'll just send them a message and say it's here. So, or it's there. I really don't know. So I do try to follow them. I do check. Does anyone do that? Leave a comment if you do. Do you check your stuff that you sold? Like, I check mine almost every other day to see if anything's been delivered, and then I look and see if, you know, something that I sold 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, if it shows still not delivered, that I start to kind of, you know, I don't panic, but I start to look into it and try to figure out what's going on, right? So a lot of times I'll try to head those off before the customer even knows it and say, hey, I just noticed this hasn't been delivered yet. I'm going to run a check on it to see what we can do. And a lot of times I'll just put in a lost package notification with USPS. It's not hard to do. It takes about 5 minutes. You fill out the form, throw the stuff in there, you send it to them, and you get follow-ups. So you get an instant like message that says they're looking for it. And I generally get a call from a postmaster somewhere. So I generally get a call and they tell me, hey, we're looking into this, we've checked this, and whatever. So I don't know, I've always had pretty good service with it, so I've never really complained, but it is a, you know, it's kind of a preemptive kind of a thing before they start to put in a case or anything like that. So did sell another comic, G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, number 53, 1986 from Marvel. This is the good G.I. Joe. This is when Marvel did it. I think it was good back then. The artwork and everything, you can kind of see. Kind of cool, actually, to be honest with you. It's got all the superheroes on the outside, and then you got, I don't remember which one that is. It's not, is that a Cobra? Oh, I don't remember. Anyway, it's cool. It's terrible. I should know this, but I don't. I don't read it, but I do love the covers on these. But anyway, ended up getting $9.01 for it. That's the offer he sent. It was $10.79 on sale. It's $5.99 shipping, but he sent $9.01. So maybe he thought the 1 cent was going to entice me, but at $9, it's still worth it. So it was a good deal. Thought this was interesting. It's a dice shaker, right? Dice cup. But what was cool about it when I bought it was that it's a vintage tooled leather dice cup shaker. And I think it's made in Mexico. It's got some really cool symbols and stuff on it. It's all leather and it's got dice in the bottom of it. So I picked it up for $1 at a garage sale. Just thought it was cool. Didn't really... It's one of those things where I didn't really look it up and see, oh, were there comps on it or did it sell? I just thought it looked cool because, you know, if you find something unique like this, a lot of times, I just pick them up because if it's $1 or 50 cents, I'm not losing anything really, right? You know, so I picked it up, sold it, but it ended up selling for $15.99. It will get free shipping, but that's going to go in a little 6x5x4 box. It'll ship out there pretty easily, probably for $5. Last, it sold this morning. So all the stuff that you see here sold yesterday, but what sold this morning was a vintage men's magazine. Yep, Playboy, April 1981 magazine with Lorraine Michaels, Rita Jenrette interview. Very old. It's actually pretty good shape. Has writing on the front of it, which I thought was kind of funny. Like, I don't know why he wrote it. I saw her on TV. Why do people do that? I saw her on TV. Anyway, I only got $2.46 for it, but it does get $7.99 shipping. I gotta be honest with you, the old ones, this is gonna go over £1. So I probably am gonna end up paying, I don't know where this is going. This might be fun, because I'm probably gonna end up paying them to take the book. It's going to Louisville, Tennessee, so that won't be too bad, but it's going to cost just under $9 to ship it because it is heavy. I don't know what they did differently back then. You know, it's the same thing now too with comics, right? So the modern comics are using more like cardstock material, obviously on the front covers and stuff. Like all of these Lady Death covers are all cardstock. They're very heavy. These books are extremely heavy. Whereas you get an old comic like like this one, it is really more of a newspaper print, right? This is barely 2 ounces. I mean, it's very, very light. And the only thing that makes it heavy is the actual board that's behind it. So yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where, you know, I'll be able to ship, I can ship a comic in a Gemini mailer that's a regular comic, a single comic for like $5. Normally it's, you know, without the postal increase right now over Christmas, it would normally be around $5.10 or somewhere, or sometimes like even $4.90 or $4.89, somewhere around there. With the postal increase right now, it's under under 6, but it's, you know, it's close to the $5.99 mark. So I got to look at that and see. I build some of that price into my shipping, into the price of the item as well, because Gemini mailers, even though I buy them in bulks, like I buy them over 100 at a time, like 125 at a time. So my cost is just at or under $1. But you know, that's a buck a box for the Gemini mailers. That's the only way I feel comfortable shipping them, to be honest with you. I've talked to a few people. Matter of fact, I've been scolded by a few people that say, I don't know why you ship your stuff in Gemini mailers. They're so expensive. Well, I've had no problems with them, knock on wood, right? But I have shipped, like the Playboys, I ship those between cardboards. So basically, most of them have a card on the back, so I have them carded. And then what I do is I take another card that's like 9 by 12. It's pretty thick. And I will tape the edges down, tape the corners down, tape the apps, you know, make sure it doesn't move, and slide that into a padded mailer and ship it. And they ship fine. But it's a difference between a magazine that you're paying $2.46 for and a book that you may pay anywhere from $10 to $20 or $30 or $40 for. So I feel like, you know, I don't have a problem using the Gemini mailers. This seems like they work for me. So, but that's what's going out, guys. It's not too bad. I'm not going to complain. $335 so far this week, 6 sales. So, and we're not done. So, you know, I don't know how many sales will come in tonight or tomorrow. I don't even know, is the post office open tomorrow? I think it is. So if it is, I got to go early. I imagine they close early. So I have to go check that out and make sure, because we don't want to miss something. But I don't remember last year if we had any sales on Christmas or day before Christmas or Christmas Eve. So I'll have to look and see. But either way, if we do, it's great. We'll go ahead and we'll get them out there early and everything. So. But, you know, there'll be a lull after Christmas, but we'll see what happens. I'm hoping this year it kind of stays up there, though, right up until the end, until New Year's. So, but I was telling you about the numbers, and I actually am very, very happy with what we're seeing. So I did say that I wanted to exceed what we did last year. Well, we beat it by almost 9%. So not what I was hoping to do. We were hoping to do about 15 to 20% above what we did last year, which is what we've been doing every year, because I think the year before, we actually did, we actually did a 30% increase from 2024 to 2023 to 2024. So, you know, we'd hope we do that, but I mean, I'm not complaining. I think, you know, between this and last year that we actually went up in a year where the economy's been topsy-turvy, to say the least, I'm okay with it. So I'm not complaining at all. You know, I was looking at some other numbers too. Let's see. So we actually exceeded our 30,000 mark, is what I'm saying. So we'll, with Dibbed It, we'll be over our mark where we wanted to be. And speaking of Dibbed It, had a great auction last night. A lot of fun. Just a blast. I always have a blast with these guys. I got a lot of regulars that come in there, and all of them, I won't, too many names to mention. Russ, Dela, Jacob, just a ton of people. I enjoy those people so much. They're just so they're just great. I don't know what to say about them. And I know a lot of them watch the video, and just want you to know from my heart how much that means to me. But we did have 43 viewers last night, one new buyer, and 6 people did buy. 66 listings I put up, 46 of them sold. So not a bad night. Not a bad night at all. So very happy. You know, I was on for about an hour and 44 minutes. Tried to sell some action figures. Nobody was going to have them last night. They're not the best action figures, so. But I got a line on some that I'm hoping here. I'm going to maybe this week go check out. The guy with the storage unit says he has a bunch of them on card, and he has a bunch of Spider-Man books. So we'll see. I loved getting the Spider-Man comics. Those are my favorite. Actually I enjoy pressing and cleaning them. So speaking of that, I did get a book, guys. I don't know if anyone's read this or not, but I will tell you, it's been so far very, very good. Very simple, easy to follow. I know there's a couple books out there. There's one called CPR, I think Comic Press or something. I can't remember what it's called, but anyway, it is on Comic Pressing. It was probably the one that has been used a lot more, but it's out of print and it's hard to get. So it's like $50, $60. This one, not that bad. So I put a link in my bio. If you guys go to it, or the show notes, you can go to it and pull the link up to go check it out. It's actually pretty good. So if you want to learn how to clean and press your books, it covers a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, it talks about how to fix tanning or rippling, spine rolls, spine stress, things like that. I just find it kind of fascinating. I'm still learning. Comics are fun for me. I'm learning about comics, guys. I'm not an expert. I haven't been doing comics since I was a kid. I've been doing comics for, I don't know, 3 years, maybe going on 4. That's how long I've been researching, selling, buying, and all that. So, but I just have a lot of fun with them. And what I'm learning now is to clean and press. So I kind of have my little clean and pressing center set up over here. I don't know if I can show that to you. So I kind of put my little stand over here. So when I'm not doing anything, I lean over there and clean and press some comics. So, or I clean them, and then press is in the back, so I can press them. Somebody had asked me if I would be interested in doing a video on it, and I'm like, no, I just don't feel confident enough yet to say, yeah, here's what I'm doing. Now, I did send off 50 books that I did press, and some of them I had to clean and press, but most of them, I think I pressed all of them, but maybe about 10 that didn't need it because they were literally brand new, like the Lady Death books, that's brand new. So there was no rolls, spines, there was no ripples, there was no spine ticks or anything in them. But because a lot of times you'll get a lot of these books, you'll get spine ticks in them. And the reason you get the spine ticks is because of the way people will pick them up by the spine, or when they pull them out of the bins, they'll twist them, and that puts a spine stress in there. So a lot of them you can take out, but when they start to get like some of these right here that have a color break, that's unfortunate because you can't really do much. Also, this one right here has a nick in the top, so this one may not be as good. But anyway, I'm doing some pressing and cleaning just before learning, right? So I'm trying to learn as I do it. So I kind of enjoy it. Yeah, so I'm just, taking a look at them and trying to clean them up and stuff. So, and then press them. But like this cover right here, I'll probably don't have to clean much on it, but that's a McFarlane cover on Spider-Man number 8. So that's the series that he did by himself until like 15 or 16, and then he left, and I think Eric Larson took over. So fun stuff on comics, guys. That's David's Comic Corner. So I don't know everything about comics, but I have some people on my auctions that do know a lot about comics. Russ, also known as Genesville, is on there, and man, he knows a lot about comics, and he has quite a comic collection, but he's not selling his. I'm selling part of mine, some of them. I broke into the boxes last night that I didn't think I would sell, but I've read them, I've looked at them. They're not going to sell enough on eBay for me to really mess with, because like I said, I'm trying to keep that $10, roughly $10. It doesn't always happen that way, guys, but I'm trying to keep it at that $10. And so I'd rather sell them on Dibdit and give some good deals out there with people. So, but yeah, if you haven't gone to Dibdit yet, I keep saying it, but dibdit.com. You can use BreezeFlips, or you can use the link in my show notes and click on that link. You will get $5 off your first $10 purchase. Even if you don't buy anything, come over and check it out. If you do buy stuff, check out some of the other auctions. There's some great sellers on there, and I get deals all the time of stuff that I like to sell. and including comics. So I go to other people and watch their comic auctions too. Sometimes I've noticed that I would buy stuff that I probably sold to them. So that was back in the day. I was like, wait a minute, didn't I sell that to you? I bought it back. And so anyway, they just get passed around. It's kind of fun. But we do make some good sales over there, and we do buy some great things too. So go check it out if you get a chance, dibdit.com. I think you'd find that it's a good place to source. So, well, that's been what's going on, guys. Not a ton of stuff. I was just, I was trying to look at something too. You know, I'm wondering if anybody's noticed that the traffic was kind of down this year on, I was looking at the past 30 days, and it's interesting that we're down about 5% in traffic, but up in like number of views and numbers of quantity sold. So I don't know where that's coming from. It's kind of interesting. My organic and promoted listings, about even 1 million promoted listing views and 740,000 organic views. Not quite even, but you know, the numbers are still pretty good. So it kind of makes me feel better. At least I know some of the organic stuff's working. So some of these listings that I'm redoing and stuff, I'm thinking maybe they're doing well. I'll have to take a look at the end of the year and kind of see where the traffic was and how much it was. And you know, again, with the stuff that's coming up with the promoted listings, more and more when I'm putting up new stuff, I'm not setting it to automatically promote like I've been doing. I'm trying to hold out for 30 days and see if I can just do it without that. Because I have 1,246 listings up right now, and I think I've got only 900 of those are promoted. So yeah, some of them are, but you know, when you start looking at it, especially like if I put something up and I see I get watchers on it right away, I don't promote it. I don't promote it at all, because now it really doesn't make any sense to promote it. So out of those 1,246 listings, I've got 466 of them have watchers. So it's not bad. So I'm almost at the point where I'm thinking before the 13th, and I wonder what you guys think. Leave a comment. I would love to hear what you think. But I'm thinking the ones with the watchers, I'm going to take off a promotion. And the only reason I'm thinking that is because I have a better chance. I can go ahead and send offers out on those and see if I can get them to buy it or do a price change. Because one of the things I'll do is, like, our sale goes off this weekend. I think it's this weekend. So the sale will end on Sunday at midnight. But what I'll probably end up doing is if I've got watchers on an item, I'll just lower the price by $1, right? So it sends them a notice that said, hey, this price dropped. And it may encourage them. It may encourage them to send me an offer as well, and then I can look at that. At least we can negotiate on that. So there's always little options you can do before you just throw a promotion on it. So especially if it's got watchers. Now, if it has no watchers and it's been on for 2 or 3 weeks and I've got 0 watchers and 0 views, I'll probably do one of two things. I'll probably update the listing some way to figure out why it's not doing it. But the second thing I would probably do is add a promotion to it between 2 and 3%. So I don't know. It's a little bit of a different strategy. Let me know your strategy, guys. I'd love to hear it. Let's get that conversation going because it's coming up. So I know some people are just like, hey, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. And that's cool. I'm going to probably keep doing promotion. I'm not going to stop, but I'm going to be a lot smarter about it. I think that's where we're going to, save some money maybe. Because that's this year, the one big thing that we're really doing is we're going to monitor costs. Now, we've been doing that, and we use My Reseller Genie to keep track of all of our expenses. But it's been a challenge to manage those costs. Like, do we really need to get all this stuff? Do we really need to have this? This year, the money that I'm going to spend, the majority of the money is going to be getting inventory that we can sell. So we can't grow without inventory. I'm almost done listing everything. I've just got some new things I got to list over here, but I'm about at the end of what I have to list, and it's getting to the end of the year. So we'll hit garage sales hard again, January and February, March, because those are our January, February, March, and April are our really good garage sale months here because the weather's starting to change a little bit. January, not as much. February, March, and April, yeah. And then maybe a little bit in May, but June, July, and August around here, it's just it's too beastly hot. Everybody, if they do have a garage sale, it's early, it ends early. It's like you just get out there and you're full of sweat. You don't want to keep doing it. So I don't know. We'll see. But but we got to start getting some inventory together and start getting some stuff going. I always have comics to sell, and I always have some to list. I've probably got 500 more that I need to get listed. So I'm going to look at doing that. I wish I could use List Easier for it, but it just doesn't do comics the way I want. So hopefully Josh will get that fixed pretty soon, and get it so that at least has the option to do it. It really is about the prompt. I mean, I've written a prompt for my comic books so that I write a prompt out, and then I put all the information in. It draws that information, helps me put it together, and then I look at the listing title, and it'll help me put a listing title together, and I'll make sure that it's in there the way that I see it. I also look at Sell Similar to see what other ones have sold and how they were written. But it's a complication that's kind of hard, and I think it's difficult for the List Easier type programs to pick that up and kind of keep that the same, because they're trying to cover so many different categories. But if they could just fix the comic one, I'd probably use it all the time. I would probably list hundreds and hundreds of them. So anyway, hopefully they'll get that working pretty soon, like they do with some of the other stuff. But we'll see. I also got some magazines I got to list. I have like a bunch of old Time Life and different ones that are with some unique characters on the front. so I think those might do well too, even if I didn't pay much for them. So even if I get $5 a piece for them, I would be happy with it, because I'd be making probably 20 times what I paid. So we'll have to see what happens with it. So anyway, if I don't get something out tomorrow or Thursday, it's because the house is crazy, but I'm going to try. We may put out something just kind of fun. It won't be maybe informative, or maybe we'll talk a little bit about what sold, and then you get a chance to meet some of my family. So we'll try to throw some of them on video. So I hope everyone has a very, very Merry Christmas. If you do celebrate Christmas, if you don't, celebrate whatever you celebrate. Happy Hanukkah. I hope you all have a holiday, get time to share with your friends and family, and enjoy yourself, and stay safe, and relax, and get refreshed and ready for a new year, because you never know what the new year is going to hold. So we're going to be ready for anything. So anyway, I hope you all have a great holiday. I'm David, BreezeFlippers. We'll see ya.
BreezeFlippers on the scene, bright sun, smooth screen, click, flip, ship, it's clean. We ride the tide, we chase the dream. From the beach to the bin with